When selling online, one of the things you need to think about is how you'll get your products to your customers. Your packaging will be your customer's first physical impression of your brand and the quality of your products. But as you can probably guess, packaging can be very expensive. That is, if you don't know where to look. Which is why in this video, I will be showing you some cute and aesthetic ways to package your jewelry based on your budget. But first, let's roll the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, Doja Cat.
It's been a long time since you fell in love. You ain't coming out your shell. You ain't really been yourself.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am sure we have all seen those small business packaging videos with all of the beautiful color-coded and branded packaging. In fact, it was watching these videos back in 2020 that helped convince me to start my own business. Cute and thoughtful packaging helps to enhance the shopping experience for the customer. Unwrapping your product makes it feel like it's a gift, which in most cases it is. A way for people to treat themselves with something small. Now, there is a difference between shipping packaging and product packaging, which I can go more depth in a separate video, but today we're going to be talking about product packaging, more specifically jewelry packaging, as there are many things to consider when it comes to packing jewelry based on your budget, your brand, and the kind of jewelry you make and or sell. Now, there are plenty of ways to make your jewelry look cute for under $10, while also being able to customize it to fit your brand. You want to start off by getting some display cards. You can often find a pack of 50 to 100 display cards for less than $3. After that, there is a few different methods you can use for packing your jewelry. You can choose to use jewelry pouches, organza bags, and or cellophane plastic bags. The display cards help to do just that, display your jewelry in a professional and organized manner, as well as hold the jewelry in place so it doesn't get all tangled up in the bag. And the bags help to keep it secure and compact. Some ways you can customize this though to make it more fit your brand or to just put your own personal spin on it is wrapping the jewelry on the display card in tissue paper in the color of your brand, or by using labels with your brand logo to put on the bags or the cards. Although I do want to say that if you do purchase labels, you probably will be going over your packaging budget. You can also customize the bag. For organza bags, there's multiple different styles and pictures that can come on the bag. I believe there's also a few designs for the cellophane bags, for example, this polka dot one, as well as the sakura bag. Though when I was looking, it was a bit harder to find these bags in specific sizes, so that might be a bit difficult for you to find as well. Now, this packaging design is very sleek and compact. It focuses on keeping everything together in an organized and stylish way, but it doesn't have much defense against bending or smushing, which is something that can be expected during the delivery process. Unless you want to invest in some fragile and please do not bend stickers, which might also take you over budget, then it's safe to assume that this packaging style might not defend against that. Which, if you sell necklaces, bracelets, and other jewelry pieces that use chain as the main component, or have many segments like with a beaded necklace like this, then this isn't something you have to worry about as much, as the design of your jewelry allows for it to bend. You might still want to take extra precautions though, like shipping your products in a bubble mailer or using a shipping box as your shipping packaging. But if you make or sell jewelry where wire is the main component, such as with rings, with bangles, other pieces where wire needs to hold a specific shape, or even with earrings, as the pressure can cause the earrings to bend and even break, then I would definitely suggest making sure to ship your jewelry in a shipping box. Once again, like I said, this video talks about product packaging, and the budget that I set doesn't necessarily go into shipping packaging like with polymailers and shipping boxes. However, there is still a give and take. If you choose the least expensive product packaging, then you might have to choose a bit more expensive shipping packaging, something sturdier to protect your pieces. This will ensure safe travel for your jewelry. Now, if your budget is around $25, then you have a few more options for how to pack your jewelry. Craft paper and or cardboard lid and base boxes are the least expensive type of jewelry boxes. They come in various shapes and sizes, as well as other various features such as the sponge inside. Some of them have them, some of them don't, but they provide an extra security for your jewelry. basically doing what a display card does. Now, based on what you sell, you might only need one size, or you might need a couple of different sizes. The good thing though is that there are many places that sell small amounts of the color and size of boxes that you need, so you can shop around for what is perfect for you. Some ways that you can customize this packaging though is by tying ribbon around the boxes and or by printing your logo and or brand name onto the boxes, or you can just buy a label. Though, as I mentioned before, buying labels and custom printing might take you over the budget. Jewelry boxes also help to provide some stability and security to the jewelry inside, meaning you can use poly mailers without having to worry about the pushing, bending, and or smushing that might occur during the delivery process. Though I will say one of the downsides to buying this type of packaging, especially with the material, is that it does not fare well with water. A single drop can completely wipe off any color and it can begin to deteriorate the actual structure of the box. But for all of you who live in wetter and or rainier areas, you can combat that by packing it in a poly mailer. Now, the most expensive type of jewelry boxes, velvet and or luxury boxes, are often paired with expensive jewelry. Jewelry that uses high-end materials, is designed and manufactured for high quality and durability, uses an intricate and complex design, or is a fine jewelry made of solid silver and gold. That's not to say you can't use boxes like this with handmade jewelry like this, but it is important to consider how jewelry like mine, for example, might be a bit out of place in a box like this. Nevertheless, if you feel these boxes fit your business and your brand, then go for it. But be prepared to dish out a pretty penny, as many of these boxes can cost $2 to $5 each, and that's just for the ring boxes. Starting out with the small amount, like even 10 of these boxes, can put you anywhere upward of $40. Though I will say the benefit to boxes like this is that they make your jewelry feel extra special. Not only will these boxes keep your jewelry safe, but they'll also be able to be used as a keepsake to be regifted and reused multiple times. Like, you know those products where the packaging is just as cute, if not cuter, than the actual product? Something you kind of just want to keep on your shelf or maybe in a drawer to look at just because it's pretty. Yeah, that's what these boxes do for your customers every single time. As for customizing though, besides the color, there's not much I would suggest adding to these already luxurious looking boxes. The only thing I could suggest is adding your brand name to the boxes, but again, custom printing, depending on your budget, can be very expensive, especially for these already expensive boxes. Anything else besides that I feel might take away from these already eye-catching boxes. As for me, when I started my business, I started out using these boxes I made out of poster board paper. Sure, they were sturdy, but they had this rough and obviously inexperienced look to them, as many of the cuttings were uneven, there were pencil markings all over it, and the boxes were held together by this neon purple stick glue. When I decided to rebrand into the business that I've been running for the past 3 years, I knew that I still wanted to package my jewelry in a box, but maybe something a bit more cleaner and more colorful. That was when I came across these boxes. I mainly got them because of the color, also because they had the sponge and they provided me with enough boxes for me to not have to buy more for a while. And they were in the perfect size that I needed, since all I sold when I first started out was earrings and necklaces. I also decided to add tissue paper and a thank you sticker to the inside the box to keep all of the jewelry from moving, and ribbon tied around the outside of the box to add to the unboxing experience. The boxes I use are perfect for the style or styles of jewelry that I make and sell. And I don't plan on changing my packaging anytime soon. Unless I do a limited edition collection or maybe a special collab, the only change I might consider making to my packaging is adding my brand name to the top of the boxes. But who knows, we'll just have to see. Now keep in mind, the reason I titled this video least to most expensive instead of cheap to expensive is because I don't want you to get the idea that by choosing the less expensive option that your packaging and your jewelry will look cheap. Starting a business costs a lot and you can't always expect to make a profit right when you start out. Sometimes you need to make a budget to ensure that you can get everything you need. And hopefully this video has given you a few ideas on how to package your beautiful jewelry in a careful and pretty way, all while falling in line with your budget. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video added a little something extra to your day, and I will see you next time. Bye. Organza bags and or self-adhesive cellophane. Blah, 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 blah. Script right here, just read it. you can choose between, no, yes, wait. You can choose, oh my gosh, why is this sentence so hard to say? Okay, you can choose between jewelry pouches, organza bags, self-adhesive, cellophane bags, plastic specials. Okay, you can choose between, forgot just that fast, is wrapping, for example, if you make a lot of fairy jewelry, and the Sakura.
She did it to herself.
Sakura. Which, if you sell necklaces, bracelets, and other jewelries, as what this jewelry, as well, basically doing what the display card does, but on a more softer touch. No. The good thing though is that there are many places that smell. The good thing though is that there are many places that smell. The good thing though that it's okay. Ooh, if I don't get it this time, I'm gonna get it next time. Okay. The good thing though is that there are many places that sell small amounts of the boxes. I was gonna say jewelry. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're fine. It's okay. You a few ideas on how to package, and hopefully this giving you a few ideas on how to carefully and aesthetically package your jewelry. I'm gonna cry. And I will see you next time. Bye. I don't like the way I said bye. Bye. No, I didn't like that. Okay, we'll do it again. Thank you so much for watching. My fingers look weird. No. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this. Yes, they do. No, they don't. It's fine. Okay, I'm done.
Oh my god. I forgot to tell you this. There was like.
What must I do?